Camp play where he was talking about a bit in a movie, and it's pretty graphic, and he said it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even bring it up.
Sometimes I think he forgets he's actually on radio.
I don't think he cares.
He doesn't care.
Well, now he doesn't, but even back in the day. But he would always tell me, I love it on radio. You can just say whatever. I'm like, Rosie, bring it down. I'm afraid what's going to happen. Well, I feel that way about my husband sometimes, too. I'm like, when we first started working together, I was so afraid he was going to say something inappropriate on the air.
Yeah.
But
how do you feel that Rosie retired and then clearly just waited a year just so he could jump to Channel 9?
Well, he didn't wait a year.
There he
4 years. 3, 4 years.
There he is. He's super happy.
Yeah. So much for retiring from TV, huh?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but he belongs on TV. He's great.
He is great. I'm happy for him. I'm really happy for him. It works out for him, so he's happy.
He said he was coming in to cheer you on, but he's not here yet.
No, he is not getting up in the morning to cheer me on. Who is he kidding? He barely makes it to breakfast with me.
He was here. He showed up for the first ever of Initials tournament.
He did, yeah.
Oh, did he really?
He stood right here in the corner.
Oh, so I don't rate. That's what it is.
You were there, Amelia?
No, today he's getting breakfast with Don
with
Mitchell.
the girls.
And Jim
Yes.
Rich.
First ever girls. Yes, he did show up with that because you know why? I twisted his arm. I'm like, you better be there because I had no idea what to expect.
You had to twist his arm to show up at a game with 5 women?
No, you're right. You're right. You were there, and Carly was there. I didn't really need to twist his arm.
I mean, we've had you on before, but not too many times where we've had the time to actually just kind of talk to you a little bit about who you are and what you do. I don't know. I don't even know where you're from originally.
Well, I guess originally you could say Pennsylvania. My father was in the Air Force, so we traveled a lot, and he was originally from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Really?
Oh, no
kidding.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does he know Bob Vance? Does he know Paul Faust, Cool Guy Paul? Or Bill Crest? He's really old. Bill Crest is really old. No?
Those are all office
He knew Joe Biden.
Corey
No, I'm
was
just
right.
kidding.
Joe Biden.
No, he
Corey
didn't. But yeah, so we travel. My mother's from Japan. That my father met her over in Japan when he was doing his tour over there, and so we've been all around. And retired when I was a sophomore in high school, and I just I went to school there was an all girls school, now is co-ed, sort of like St. Kate's.
Yeah, sure.
But they couldn't sustain on all female, so they made it co-ed. And then I moved to D.C., worked in D.C., then went Elmira, New York, Scranton, Pennsylvania, Hartford, Connecticut, and here.
Wow.
27 years ago.
And why did you choose to do news?
Well, I liked news. I liked writing. I thought I was going to be a teacher, actually, because I wanted to get into that. And then I started thinking, well, it's like teaching. You're educating people what's going on in the world. And,
Just with a lot more money.
No.
Right,
Well,
you make a lot more money in
Let me
TV
tell
than
you.
you do teaching.
Well, let me tell you, when I was in Elmira, New York, I had asked my parents if I could take the job. I was like, could you help me with rent, which, by the way, was $300 with everything, utilities included. I still couldn't afford that. I think I was taking home $125 a week, and I'm not exaggerating. Not exaggerating. And then I asked my boss, I said, I can't live on this. Can I get a job, at the mall or something? And he wouldn't let me. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I can barely eat. So that's when I started looking for another job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, you made the right choice because you've been very successful. But at any point in your career, did you say to yourself, I made the wrong choice?
I didn't.
Good.
Maybe right now I'm thinking that.
Just wait till we play more buttons from Rosie. Yeah.
But no, I really didn't. I that's what I always tell people, right? Do what you love. So
Yeah, that's why we all gamble.
there you go.
Well, and I know you love the Vikings, so I'm going to guess you love Adam Thielen. Our guest
Adam
on the
Thielen.
phone right now, Mr. Adam Thielen. As always, so great to talk to you. Welcome to opening week of the NFL season. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling great. It was nice to watch some football again last night, getting ready for the first game, which in football feels like it takes forever. A lot of practice before the first game, so excited to actually play some football.
I think this joke was made about 17 billion times on Twitter last night, but man, the Rams offense doesn't look the same without your coach.
Exactly. Yeah, there's something missing there, right? No, it was fun to watch a little bit, just to obviously I could tell kind of what plays they were running, what they were doing, and how coaches kind of tweaked some things when he came here. So it was kind of fun to see that.
Now, you get to meet and talk to and play against Hall of Famers. You're around superstars all the time. But if you were in the studio right now with Amelia Santinello being in here, would you be a little starstruck right now?
Please.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're too kind, Adam.
I would never get starstruck until that moment.
Yep. She's playing the initials today, and we're going to talk football with you. But do you have any advice for her in this initials invitational today?
I'll take anything, Adam.
Well, I would say, don't get frustrated. Just stay locked in because it is very difficult the first time. But and I will say, do not write down the initials because I feel like when you do that, you start getting locked into a certain thing and you're not focused on the moment.
Yeah, be present, Amelia.
Yeah, that's
be
good.
present in
I
the moment.
am present.
Open mind, open eyes.
And I have a very short memory, so I need to write things down.
Yeah.
I will forget what the initials are.
That happens to the best of us.
Yeah, it absolutely.
Yes,
I have
yeah.
heard that. I have heard that.
It absolutely does.
I don't want to do that.
All right, Adam, we, of course, a million questions for you about football, and we're so excited. We're going to have you on Mondays and on Fridays all season long, so thank you for that. And we'll go around the room momentarily, but for the lay person, for just the Viking fan who's going to U.S. Bank Stadium or watching on television, when the offense runs out onto the field, this new-look offense, what's going to be the first thing we notice is different?
I'd say probably the tempo, just kind of the energy, the different things we're able to do with motions and being on the ball, being in a huddle. It's just going to be different than what it's been in the past. There's obviously a lot of other things, but I'll let you guys see that on Sunday.
Sauce, go ahead, buddy.
Sorry. Adam, you guys, obviously you got a 3:25 game. With it being the first game, would you prefer a noon game to kind of get into that, noon game routine?
First of all, Sauce, I condolences on losing in the first round of the initial tournament.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
And
Whoops. I would have pronounced your name right.
and apologies for not getting on the golf course this summer. That was 100% my fault. But to answer your question, it doesn't really matter. I do love noon games. I love that rhythm of just kind of waking up, going to the stadium, and going. But I will say the 3 o'clock start is much better than a night game to start the season, especially with the anticipation of the first game, getting rolling again. So I will say that is definitely better than playing a night game.
Well, I was convinced you gave me a wrong phone number, so at least we're on that plane.
We do have the right phone number, so we'll get it done next summer. I promise.
Adam, good morning. It's Marnie. You
Good morning.
have been through a long off season. All players go through this. So through your training throughout the summer, into training camp and preseason games, when it gets to be game week, especially week 1, and here we are 2 days before the season opener, what is different about the vibe and the feeling around the team when you get to game week?
Yeah, it's just different. I think just being able to game plan to really, hone in on what you're going to do that week, the energy, the focus. Obviously, that it still is the case in training camp because guys are fighting for their jobs, they're fighting for starting jobs, they're trying to prove something. So there's still intensity and energy, but it just amplifies on week 1 just because you take so much attention to detail. To be prepared to win in this league. So just that energy and attention to detail and the focus has really amped up.
Hey, Adam, have you felt a difference since not playing any of the games, like with your body right now for the first game? Do you feel better coming out of training camp?
Yeah, I feel the most prepared I've ever felt in my career as far as going into week 1. I think it comes down to how they structure things. If you're not going to play a game in preseason games, you got to structure practice different to make sure that we are physically, mentally prepared for kind of the chaos of a game. There's just not. It's hard to simulate that, but when you can be really intentional with what you're doing at practice, I think which the coaches have done this year, I think it just makes a huge difference. And prepares you more than you could possibly prepare in a preseason game, because you're not playing that many snaps in a preseason game. But in practice, you can simulate the amount of snaps that you would get in a real game.
Adam, what was the locker room's reaction this week when a couple of national experts, Kyle Brandt and Michael Irvin, said Kirk Cousins is their pick for MVP?
Yeah, we saw the video, and we're talking about it. But those are our expectations for him. When we see him, the way that he prepares, the way that he practices, the way that he handles himself in the locker room, the type of teammate he is, those are our expectations for him. We've never thought any differently of him. So we're excited for him with this offense, with the people that we have around him, with this defense, special teams. Like all of those factors lead into success at individual positions. So we're excited for him and this team, and we're excited to just go out there and prove it.
Adam, how about last night? Your boy Diggsy played a hell of a game. We had a touchdown, 8 catches, 122 yards. That kid is really, really good.
Yeah, it was fun to see him. We got to see some of the fiery Diggsy that I'm used to seeing. So that was it was good to see him out there competing, making plays all over the field, and then talking his talk a little bit too, which is always good to see.
Again, Adam Thielen is our guest, and I do want to say, by the way, I got to save the date for the Adam Thielen Top Golf Classic. What's that going to be all about? October 10th?
Yes, I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. We've done it, the past few years, and we just every year we want to do it a little bit bigger and a little better. So we rented out the entire space, Top Golf. We're going to have a great night of doing some Top Golf, and then once the Top Golf is done, we're going to shut down all the hitting bays, and we're going to throw a concert out in the middle of the field. So Matt Stell, country performer, is going to perform for us, and it should be a fantastic night with a bunch of my teammates and just a bunch of people raising money to help really make a difference in this community that means so much to me and to you guys.
Why shut down the golf? Make the guy work.
I know. I was thinking, can we get a stage out there that's got like a cage around it and just start whacking balls at them?
That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty cool. Again, for more information about that, by the way, ThielenFoundation.org, and that is coming up on October 10th. But Adam Thielen, again, we appreciate your time. Now, you're going to be on every Monday and every Friday, so we appreciate that at 7:40 here on the Power Trip Morning Show. Great luck this weekend. Get about 7 touchdowns, if you would, please, and let's get that first W of the year.
All right, I appreciate it, guys. Looking forward to spending some time with you this year.
See you later, my friend.
All right,
Good
thanks,
luck.
Adam.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
There he goes. That's a good dude. Amelia, did you know he's from Detroit Lakes?
Detroit
I
Lakes,
did not
Minnesota?
know.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was- well, I know that he was down in Mankato State. I think
Yeah.
his story is really good. Shows
Do you know he has a
hard work.
very famous cousin as
Yeah,
well?
he does.
Who's that?
Extremely famous. Sits to your left currently.
Yeah.
And it's not meat sauce.
Are you?
Yeah.
I did not know
Oh, yeah.
Marnie.
Marnie's his
Yeah.
cuz.
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty
How are
tight.
you?
Pretty tight. Yeah.
Like kissing cousins? What's going on?
Hey,
Oh,
whoa.
yeah.
Hockey's into
Somebody
that.
finally
Hockey's
asked.
into that.
Dr. Oz.
Brilliant. Great line.
Very timely.
That was a
very
topical
funny
joke.
bit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Read the news.
Hockey likes kissing cousins.
Oh,
Other
well, how are
people's
you related
cousins.
then? Like,
His grandma and my grandpa are
Got
first
it on.
cousins.
oh,
I've never done the
all right.
lineage, which is I don't know what that makes us, but it
you're
makes us
related.
his family.
That's right.
What it
You
makes
are-
us his family.
What it makes you is, why don't we go in the laboratory and see what we can cook up, right?
Oh, my God.
Let's see what happens.
She's going to leave. Now, she's got a reputation to uphold here.
Let's just say if Marnie and Adam Thielen were on Game of Thrones, they would totally be hooking up.
Oh,
yeah.
well, there's a lot of that going on
What's
there.
happening?
No.
This got
No,
weird.
Marty,
Gio, we haven't talked about episode 3 on the air at all. You're all in on Thrones. What do you think so far?
I love how they fast forward. It's my favorite thing about it because you know we're going to get to like
That's
the
cool.
finale. It's
Yep,
going to be
that's
sick.
cool.
Hate that we lost that guy that we talked about.
Yep.
Yep.
spoiler,
Wait a minute.
sure.
Are you talking about Game of Thrones
Game
or
of
the new
Thrones.
one?
The new one, yeah.
House
Yeah.
of D.
House of the
Yeah.
House of Dragon. Yeah, I'm watching that too.
Have you seen all 3 episodes?
Do you like it?
I don't like it. I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
I like it a lot too. It's hard to compare with Game of Thrones, right? It was so good. I think Game of Thrones.
Well, do you know what's the hardest part? When we left Game of Thrones, it was the peak. It was the
Yes,
pinnacle.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
so exciting. Now they're building.
Now they're building again. Yeah.
Had
You
to
kind of know what you see. There's going to be a little of that with the uncle
I wish there
touching
was
the
a little,
niece.
yeah,
and,
right.
I know.
Right, yeah. I wish there was a little more.
Incest?
Careful.
I'm with
No,
What the hell?
there's more sex. You know, just a little more
Shocking.
of it. No, but you know what I mean. Just a little more.
Yeah, we
flair.
all know what you mean, buddy.
A little more flair. So we
There's
talked.
so much.
We talked last week about how the king, it was uncomfortable with Thrones. In episode 2, the
yeah,
king had to
right.
basically decide whether or not he was going to marry a 12-year-old. That kind of disgusted him, so he married a 15-year-old.
I know,
So
I know,
did you
right?
guys, my favorite meme or my favorite Twitter joke of the week, though, was that stroll they took through the palace. That was
And
awkward.
she was about
Yeah.
2 feet tall.
Exactly.
I
It was
know.
hard to watch, but it's Thrones.
Yeah.
And then Leo breaks up with his girlfriend, and everybody says, "This is a picture of Leo on his next
So good.
Because he dates gals that are so young. It's so weird. It's so weird that Thrones has built this culture of just the most taboo, real things, but it's just the standard.
Yeah.
It is just
Yeah.
the standard on that show. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. There's a little bit of incest. You just got to look past that.
I know. Isn't that sad?
Big deal.
But then I don't.
It's fantasy. It's
James-
not
Yes.
real.
Damon's dragon's kind of hideous looking.
Yeah, it's a weird looking dragon.
it?
It is.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Little, his legs are about this long.
You're being
Yeah.
judgy.
I am
Real
being
judgy.
I am being
You guys
judgy.
really dive deep.
Yeah,
on
we
this.
really love the show.
I
Yes,
do love the
yes.
dragons. I love being able to see the dragons immediately. Remember, we waited so long in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So
And then she comes out of the
Yeah.
clouds.
That was awesome.
I like
super
her.
cool.
That
Yeah.
was so sick.
I like
Parrish,
her
have you
too.
watched the first 3?
I've seen
she's great.
we've seen the first one, and Nikki and I made it through about half the second before we fell asleep. one
Have you
night.
started
But, yeah.
Lord of the Rings?
We have not. We're gonna wait. I think we're gonna do Game of Thrones first, and then we'll.
I don't
have you
mind that.
watched Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
Because
love
do you? Because
it.
I've seen bad. I never listen to reviews anyway, but it's gotten really bad reviews.
There's a reason for that.
No,
Yeah.
most of the
Really?
bad reviews
The
are
wrong
racist.
racist.
Idiots
Oh,
that
really?
don't like that there are
African
there's a
American-
black
yeah, black
hobbit.
characters.
There's a
Yeah.
there's an African American.
I guess not American, but yes.
yeah.
Oh, so it's not
Good point.
storyline or anything like that.
Yes.
No, it's
Not at all.
No, I mean there's a little bit of that, but I just think it's been spectacular.
Okay, 'cause
episode 3 came out last night at midnight. Have not watched that one, of course, yet, but I can't wait to watch it today.
Yep.
It's just as epic as the films.
Well,
Really
it
good.
looked. The previews looked like it was a movie, right?
Special effects are
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Can I
Lot
change the
of money.
subject really quick?
Go.
Oh, yeah.
Amelia, since you've lived everywhere, do you have like a allegiance to a college football team?
I don't. Well, you know what? My husband's. He's a buff. So CU Buffs. Colorado. Yeah.
So are you going to the game in 2 weeks?
Oh no, but we have a wedding. I wish you believe me. We've been to many.
with Tommy?
Right. No, the Colorado comes to town that weekend.
Yeah, we're at a wedding, and it's funny because a bunch of Colorado, all of his fraternity brothers are coming in because one of their sons is getting married to a girl from Edina. So they will be watching the game,
Yeah.
I'm sure, at the wedding.
Tommy, any advice to this gal before her wedding?
When's your wedding?
Mine's 29 days away.
What did you do? Why don't you tell Amelia and Marnie what you
congratulations.
plan on doing between now and your wedding day?
Anal bleaching.
Okay.
God, he looked
I didn't think he was going to say it. I'm in
He's not
between.
didn't even hesitate one bit. Just
He's not
Well,
ashamed.
congratulations. I'm sure your bride to be was very happy about that. Very happy.
Very happy for you, Tommy.
You could bleach it blue. Here's a little something blue for you.
Yeah. Something old, something new.
Turn it into a Smurf ass.
When they say you should wear white on your wedding day, Tommy, that's not what it's
Brilliant. All right, Fan 5 next, and then the 8th and final quarterfinal of the 2022 Initials Invitational presented by St. Paul Federal Credit Union between Parrish, Tommy, Amelia, and Nordo. That's at 8:15, and one of you is going to have a crack at $19,000.
And thank you, Radcoat, for Vikings news and for Fan 5 all around. We'll be right back.